Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to get the tone from Master of Puppets Battery Song. So I'm going to use this solar guitar 2.6 Artist and it's tuned to E. I believe Metallica recorded this album not at 44 Hz and tuning but at 435, and I've got a pretty bad backing track here. It's in MP3, so the sound is not very good to listen to the guitar, but there's a part where there's just the guitar, and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm approaching my EQ settings on the Boston Studio for the Katana, and also using the Logic equalizer to visualize the frequencies and to try to mimic the tone the best that I can. So let's check it out. So as you guys can see here, I'm going to show you on the screen what's going on. I have the session here open in Logic, and I have the original backing track, the original song here. I'm going to receive a strike probably because of this, because I'm violating the content on YouTube, but anyways, it's worth it. If it's not here, it will be on my website anyway. So on this part, this little part, you can clearly listen to the guitar, but it's just the guitar on the left, so I'm gonna play it. There's something going on the right as well, but it's much lower. If you can watch the waveform here, and this is peaking all over the place, MP3, so I'm using this Waves L2 limiter, or else, and even so it's peaking, so it's very normal. So let's take a listen to this part again. Okay, now this is not the best recording, as I've told you before. It's better to really have the album, and then, I took this from YouTube, but I'm engaging this channel EQ here, and let's take a listen and look at the frequencies that we have on this part. So once again, let me recall another plugin that will make probably a better job than this one, which is, if you guys don't know it, the FOV filter. It's somewhere here, FOV filter Pro Q3. Maybe this will bring me a better visualization of the bands. Okay. Okay, as you guys can see, when it plays, once again, it's a little bit lower so you guys can hear my voice. So it's going on here, we have a bump around 70 hertz, around like that, something like that. A huge bump here, okay, like if the EQ is making this. And then there's a huge drop, especially here you can see there's a huge drop, like if the EQ is doing something like this. From the from 200 to almost 2K. It will be like something like this. Okay, so I don't know if this is typical of the amplifiers being used or not. Of course there's production involved, there's no secret, but anyways, that's the tone they got on this album a long time ago. And I've checked on the internet also some stuff from here, and it says here that Mesa Boogie Mark II C+, that's why I'm attempting to try to recreate using the Boss Katana, which is not easy, was rewired as a preamp, and then into, if I'm not mistaken, a Marshall JCM 800 as a power amp. So you'll spend a fortune just to get these two amps, And even so, you probably won't get the tone exactly as it is, because there's a lot of things involved: pedals, guitars, pickups, and then the production in the studio. Okay, so even I really question myself, even for Metallica themselves, if they were to re-record this album, they wouldn't probably get the same tone, because there are a lot of variables in this subject, because, you know, the way they post the microphones, the way it was mixed that day or that period of time, everything changes, and being tube amps, they certainly do change a lot. So they got that tone in that tempo, in that era. I believe if they re-recorded now, they would get a different tone, probably their signature tone, but it would be different. So that's what I meant, because it's so difficult to recreate this tone. And I'm doing this for you guys. Then you can grab the preset at the end of the video and download it for free at my website. But I'm doing this with two things in mind: not just the live musician that is going to play it or reproduce it, and I think I'm getting very close, but I'm working on the tone as we speak. So it will be ready at the end of the video, but I eventually do some tweaks after that, after the fact, and maybe after the you guys have it on your Boss Katana. But don't worry, because I'll update it at my website, like 2 or 3 versions of the tone, and you guys tell me the ones you prefer or work best with your setup. I mean, your guitar, pickups, the room where you play, the volume. Right now I have the combo at F watt, okay? And the master volume, it's like this, from 0 to 10, like this, okay? So it's pretty loud in here, even at half watt. But I'm sure at 50 watt will sound probably different. I can't do it right now because of my neighbors. But in this page, ultimateguitar.com, it tells a lot about what's going on, or what was there on the album. There's this Mesa Boogie cab, also Mesa Boogie 412 cabinets, and then you have something like amp settings, tuning, stuff like that, regular tuning. This is in E minor, okay? But like I've mentioned before, probably they tuned this to 435 Hertz instead of 440, which is the most commonly used thing. And then there's also the pickups we have talked, the MGs 81 and 60, that's going to influence. And then the person himself, or the persons involved, like Kirk Hammett and James Hetfield, probably especially James Hetfield with speaking technique. So going back now, going to the Boss Katana BTS, this is what I've come up with so far. Oh, let me close this. Oh, by the way, I'm using the modern because it gives me a different tone. There's a lot of possibilities here, the modern cab. But so far, this is the panel. The chain is number 2. The booster is a Toushscreen as it is. Okay, then the modulation, there's nothing. Delay, there's nothing. Then the FX, I've tried to mimic that V shape. But you just can't do it like a V shape normally here. You have to pay attention to the certain frequencies, because as you move any of these sliders and then mess around with the parametric EQ, it's going to change a lot of stuff, especially when you put the parametric EQ in front or before, after the amp. So regarding the EQ, I have to take a lot of lows, okay? And if you guys can see here, an equalizer from the amp, the bass is on 5. And yeah, we have a lot of lows. Probably from the brown channel by itself, not so much middle, like it's known to be in the albums. It's like bass all up, middle all down, and treble all up, something like that. But the treble has got to be really controlled, so you have those nasty ear-piercing high frequencies, okay? So on the second page, I have the position of the EQ on amp out. Usually I use it on amp in. In this case, I thought it was better on amp out. The high cut goes very high, very low. I mean, 4 Hertz, and the low cut, it's at 80 Hertz, and you still have a lot of bass. So this is a combination of factors, okay? So go back to the page here. Whenever you move one of these knobs, you're gonna feel and the change interaction between this EQ and the graphic EQ, so you pay a lot of attention and time to it. But this is it, so you guys can see all the settings here. Regarding the noise suppressor, it's at 50 and 41 the release, and I think there's nothing else. You guys can see everything here. So I'm gonna go back to Logic. I'm gonna play what I've recorded so far. Let me disengage these EQs so I don't mess around with the sound. And so far I've got this recorded, and you're gonna listen to the tone here. The guitars are recorded twice, so I mean, I could use a different guitar, it would be perfect, but I recorded twice, so one it's one hard left, the other hard right, so you can get this tone. So let's check out the tone that I come up with. Let's hear it a little bit. Okay, what's going on here there on the album, I think if I drop the volume of this guitar, the right guitar, quite a bit, it's something like the other guitar on the right, it's much lower, so and then it goes on that part. Okay, sorry for the camera audio, but that's the way it is. And I've showed you the tone in the beginning. That's the tone I came up with. Let's take another listen and then compare to the real thing. Okay, this is peaking all over the place, but this EQ here that you guys just saw from Waves is just bringing the level up. Okay, it's peaking, but it's not distorting in any way, so there's no worries about that. Now let's go back to the original track and just loop this little section here. Okay, let's take a listen to this. Okay, now let's take a listen to the other. Original one again. Katana. So by now I think they're close, they're not equal, they're close. You can hear a lot, some fizziness on the original track. I don't know if it's because of the MP3 quality, but it's definitely there, but it's not a digital fizziness. It's a sort of a tube amp fizziness, which is nonetheless more pleasant, you know, than the digital fizziness from the Katana. But I'm getting there. I'm going to record this tone, share it with you guys, and then I'm going to make like 2, 3, 4, whatever it takes, 5 versions of this tone, so you guys can pick one that is the best. And I would like you guys to tell me after you guys download the patch and install it on your Boston studio, and then using it live or recording it. For recording, I think it's doing a great job, because if I had a backing track here, you'll see, and if I had some EQ movement, now this is the part of a producer, or in this case a mixing engineer, I can get pretty close with those EQs, okay? But I'm not going to add anything to the tone, because I want it to be as faithful as possible. As I always do in my recordings, no post effects are added, okay? I'm also going to show you guys the way I have my amp set up down there regarding the microphone placement just in a minute. So I hope you guys, sorry, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. you have to take in account that the guitar makes a total difference regarding the pickups, and this guitar in particular, the Solar, this is one of those guitars that, to be honest, I really like the sound of the pickups, but it's not for everyone because they can be a little bit dull on the high end. It's like you have a blanket on top of the pickups, okay? But if you go turn around with EQs and stuff like that, you get a great sound. But I think from all of my guitars, it's the best one I could use to mimic this tone. And I don't even know what pickups are these. Duncan Solar, yeah, Duncan Solar. Believe me, I have never read that before, but I assume they're not really Duncan's, like Duncan Design, something like that, instead of Duncan Design, Duncan Solar. So let me just turn the camera around and show you how I'm using the microphone, and I'll see you in a minute. So the microphone is down there, not on the cap, not on the cap edge, not on the cone edge, but on the cone, and it's on axis. Basically, this is how I recorded here at my place, but I have some acoustic treatment that some of you guys might already have seen, and there it is, almost touching the grill cloth, SM57, and then the panel you guys already seen on BTS what's going on. Let's see if this focus. I think it's focusing, right? As you see, the bass, it's totally down, and we still have plenty of bass. We had that boomy bass that it's not good, so the tube screamer really sorts out this kind of stuff because it tightens up the low end. Then the SM57 goes into my Apollo Twin in the back, as you guys can see, and there's a lot of plugins that I could use to record in real time, but there's nothing special out there. So with the acoustic treatment in this monitor, JBL LSR205, I think I can get a great tone out of the Katana here in my room. But this is very important and crucial if your room is totally different, you know, and that's why I'm going to make a few different versions of the tone so you guys can test, and then hit me up and tell me which one is the best that works for you, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this long video, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, thumbs up if you liked the video, and share it, and download the free patch at the end. Thank you so much. Cheers.